How they coming?
Nothing? You got anything?
Nothing.
Did you ever see anything like this street? It's a cemetery.
It's worse on the boulevard.
I ain't found a soul to talk to in an hour.
Yeah, it sure gets on your nerves.
People are scared to go out on the streets. Can't blame them. There ain't no percentage in getting your head split open.
Sure ain't.
How's the missus?
Nervous. She says no matter what happens, I should stay on my horse.
Calling car number 12. Calling car number 12. Another axe murder.
Hey, Bill, it's another one.
Proceed at once to 100 block Lorimer Street.
Right around the corner. Hurry up.
You were here 2 minutes after the alarm, Inspector. It's murder, all right. The victim's head was...
Yeah, I got it on my radio. There's another one of those.
Same thing.
Got the weapon?
Yes, sir. We caught him red-handed, same as the other 5.
All right, never mind that.
Hello, Inspector. Another gloomy Gus. Same as the others, won't say a word.
He's been snubbing us. Come on, pal, you can break your vow of silence now. That's all he's done since we got here.
Okay, take him to headquarters.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
You better make it quick. That crowd out there is beginning to get ugly.
We'll get him through all right, Chief.
Don't be afraid. We're your friends. Nobody's going to hurt you. We just want to know why you killed Gianellis. Just try to think. Where did you get the weapon? The axe? Get him a glass of water.
Yes.
Oh, Nix, Chief. Kindness to dumb animals is all right, but you've already got 5 lunatics solid away in padded cells eating jelly omelets at the taxpayer's expense. We got millions of readers scared to death to go out in the street.
What's the matter? Haven't you fellas caught on yet there's such a thing as lunacy in the world?
I can't get a thing out of him, Doctor.
Of course not. He isn't listening. He doesn't even hear me now. Uh-huh. He's in the midst of an hallucination. Will you do me a favor? Leave him alone in the room for a few minutes. I think I can explain something to the gentleman of the press.
All right, Doctor. It's your dish. Go ahead, outside, everybody.
You mean you're going to leave him here all alone?
Why don't you give him an axe, Doc, so he won't feel lonesome?
Outside. Have some of the boys watch the windows from the outside.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show these men what schizophrenia really is. Now, I think that even you gentlemen will grant that he's quite alone.
Yeah, so what?
Observe, his behavior is just the same. He's still talking with someone.
Who?
His other self. He's in a world apart. A world no ordinary or normal person can ever enter. Just look at him. Right now, he's hearing his own voice. Someone's talking to him.
Uh-huh.
Now he's answering the voice he hears. Arguing with it. I tell you, you've got to get away from the idea that you're dealing with ordinary criminals. Now, you'll be able to understand this if only you'll think of them as listeners.
Oh, look, Doc, they're not just listeners, they're killers. 5 innocent people have been done to death by them, and what we want to know is why is it happening?
Yeah, that's easy. It's a mass hysteria, an epidemic, like a real estate boom or a wave of suicides.
You mean you just want us to go on telling our readers that a bunch of insane men are hacking away at them willy-nilly for no reason?
You've got it exactly.
Well, boys, there's nothing like psychology.
All right, boys. You heard the doctor. It's an epidemic. Isolated cases of lunatics grabbing axes and killing strangers. That's your interview.
That's a fine interview.
I ain't gonna photograph
Thanks, Oliver. Everybody leave your address with me before you go. Hey, Oliver, where are you going?
I'll lock up the dressing room for me, will you, Jim? I'm going home.
Aren't you going to change?
No, I have to impress the hotel manager. Or else.
Good luck.
Paper here, new wax victim dead. Victim number 6. Paper, mister? City Wallace and Bloodbath. 5 cents, mister.
No, that's a penny.
Oh, please, mister. Victim's head was almost severed with an axe.
Well, that ought to be worth a nickel, even if it's the last one. Yeah.
Thanks. Extra!
You've waited too long. Edwina Brown is still alive. You don't want her to live. Don't you remember? She hates you. She's the cause of all your trouble. She's your enemy. And she's alive. Alive in her home, dancing somewhere, walking in the streets. You can kill her easily. Kill her tonight. Tonight in the street. I'll show you. No. Don't go in there. I tell you lies in there about forgiveness. You must not forgive. Come away. Edwina Brown is over there in the street. Don't let her get away. Go after her. Kill her. No, don't follow me. I'm nobody to follow. I'm the truth. The truth everybody knows. How she hurt you, how she tortured you. She's your enemy. Follow her. Make her pay for what she's done.
Don't stop. Keep walking. Hurry, please.
What's the matter?
Well, I don't want to frighten you, miss, but the fact is there's someone following you. Someone whose looks I don't like at all.
I don't see anyone. Are you sure?
Well, that's very funny. He must have ducked down that alley. Come on, you better get out of here.
All right. Say, do you know what I think?
No, I don't.
I think you're trying to pick me up.
Oh, no, really, I'm not.
Oh, yes, I do, because there is no one following me. No one but you, that is, so...
Look here, there was someone following you, and there's been a murder in this town tonight. Besides, you're not my type.
Oh.
So, please, let's go on.
All right. Of course, if there was someone, then it's very kind of you to go to this trouble.
Oh, not at all, not at all.
But if there wasn't, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, because then you're nothing but a masher, a street masher.
Well, it's still a lot better than an axe masher. Come on.
I wish I could make up my mind.
Well, you can think about it while we're walking.
But anyway, there's no need of your going any further because there's no one here now.
Look, I wish you'd come along because I'm merely waiting to hand you over to the next policeman.
All right, if you really mean it, there's a policeman.
Oh, officer, I wish you'd take charge of this young woman. Someone was following her. I saw a rather
He was
sinister...
following me, that's
Will you be quiet? What's your complaint, miss?
Why, only that, he started talking to me and then arguing, and I don't know him. I never saw him before in all my life.
Oh, a bustle rustler, huh?
I tell you, I saw a rather ugly-looking citizen following her, and I thought it was
Maybe
only...
that's what you thought, but everybody thinks everybody's following everybody else tonight. But I've got an idea you're taking advantage of the situation.
Officer, if you'll just hold on to him for a minute, I'll run on ahead.
You don't have to run, miss. Just take your time. This mug here is going to take a nice long walk down that block right over there.
Thank you, officer.
Hey, fella, what's your name?
Duffy.
Duffy, eh? Probably one of them North of Ireland Duffys.
Fancy meeting you here.
Oh, you were right. There was somebody right behind me. Honest, there was. Oh!
the matter?
I thought you'd gone.
No, I'm here. Now, where do you live, anyway?
Right over there.
Come on, I'll see you there.
I'm awfully sorry I misunderstood you.
Oh, it's all right. Nobody understands me.
Well, you see, I didn't think you were a gentleman. Your clothes fooled me. Oh, but you are a gentleman. I can see that now. You're a head waiter, aren't you?
I am an actor.
Oh.
Ah, you recognize me.
No, but I like actors. Good night.
Well, evidently you don't like actors enough. Is this goodbye?
I don't know. Goodbye. Oh, would you come back for a minute? The light doesn't seem to work, and I don't smoke, and I only live half a flight up. Au-dessus de l'entresol, as we used to say in Paris.
Where do you want me to put this key?
Oh, right down there on the table, and you can put your hat there, too, if you care to sit down for a while.
Well, thank you. With pleasure. It's perfectly all right. I can stand.
That's Cherie.
Oliver Duffy. You know, there's an old superstition among cats that actors are unlucky. Dark actors.
I'm Edwina Brown.
I've been looking forward to meeting you for the longest time.
Well, thank you very much.
Cherie, a word with you.
People in my profession usually eat at night. That's when we're hungriest.
People in my profession usually don't eat at all. Hey, is this you?
That's when I was young, in Paris.
Didn't they tell you when you were in Paris that I'd been there?
No, were you? I'm glad. I always say that only people who have been in Paris can really understand life.
How true. Take Woodrow Wilson.
Well, of course, that doesn't include the tourists. You have to work there.
Naturally. Work and suffer.
Oh, yes.
You know, I've been longing to understand life for a long while now. What struck you most about it?
I'm serious. It was in Paris that I first saw through men.
Oh, they're most transparent there.
If you're going to make fun of.
Much more so than here, I mean.
Well, yes.
Say, do you mind saying what it was about me that made you, decide I was a masher?
Well, you don't look like a masher. And that's how I thought a masher would want to look. Not like a masher.
Very sensible. And now that we understand each other so thoroughly, would you call it flirting if I took down some vital statistics? And don't mind this, it's an old actor's trick. Name, Edwina Brown. Telephone number?
Whitehall 1267. What are you smiling at?
I just had a very happy notion. How would you like to have supper with me tomorrow night? Say I pick you up at your cafe.
Well, I think that would be very nice.
Good. Named?
The El Mirador.
The El Mir...
You get the funniest moods. What's the matter now?
Well, I could have sworn I just...
Just what?
No, nothing. I think I'm going to ask you to keep that window closed, the one in your bedroom.
Oh, is that all? That's for Cherie, so he can come and go, but if you want him...
Well, I do. Cherie's life of fun and frolic is over for tonight.
But you should.
Say, any other window open?
Oh, in the bathroom.
I think you better lock it.
All right.
I haven't frightened you, but I've been careful ever since I was scalped by Indians. In a play.
Oh. Am I supposed to be frightened?
You're supposed to give me your solemn promise to keep those windows locked all night.
They say in Paris the night air is bad for the complexion. I promise.
Good, then I'll be looking forward to a dazzling complexion tomorrow.
Au revoir.
Alors, demain, till tomorrow.
Say, you're not even listening. Still think of that Wonder Man of yours, ain't you? Well, it's okay. It's only to be when you're young. You'll find out soon enough that no man is perfect.
This one's perfect.
It's kind of a snap judgment, isn't it? You only met him last night.
Oh, you could tell, too, if you'd seen him right away.
Does he wear a sign?
Oh, babe, didn't I tell you? He wore a full dress suit and a white tie.
Probably a pallbearer. That's supposed to show you never learn nothing. I tell you not to go out alone in the street, you'll get murdered. Instead, you'll meet a high-class gink. Well...
Telegram from Miss Edwina.
Thank you. Oh. He can't come.
His wife won't let him. Tough luck, kid.
Good night, babe.
Good night.
You Miss Brown?
Yes, but I didn't order any taxi cab.
A gentleman by the name of Duffy sent me.
Oh.
He says to tell you there's a friend of yours inside.
Oh? Oh, Cherie. All right, thank you.
Yes. It's all paid for, miss. And he told me to give you this here, too. Somebody's looking out for you, all right.
Well, thank you. Oh, Cherie. Here. Here. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, Cherie. Cherie, where are you? Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Cherie. Here, kitty. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty,
some bad news for you. Can you stand the shock?
Another one?
It went as somebody tried to break in here last night. I was parked out there on the fire escape. It was around 5 o'clock, and I must have just dozed off, so I wasn't able to do much more than scare them away.
You were out on the fire escape all night? Oh, you must have been awfully uncomfortable.
We have something else to think of. Something's going to happen here, honey. You won't believe it, but...
Oh, yes, I will if you say so.
It's going to happen tonight.
What is?
I'll give you a rough idea. Look. This catch has been deliberately loosened from the bedroom window, the one we locked last night. Now, do you trust me?
Yes.
How do you feel?
Fine.
Good. Then business as usual. Now, look. You walk in there, turn on the lights, pull down the shade, pretend to be undressing, whatever you do every night. Then when the lights are all out, come back in here to me. You ready?
Okay.
By the way, what do people call you?
Well, they usually call me Edwina, but that's wrong.
Good.
Come on, Sherry.
Now, you stay in here a minute. Don't worry, we'll catch this amateur Dracula. Now look, when I grab him, you turn on the light and then run to the window and yell for help. But loud.
My cat.
Oh, you'll be all right. I got him. Quick!
Help, please, help! It's a maniac! Help! What is it? What's the matter? Where is he? Where's the maniac?
Jump, kid! Jump out of the window! Okay, sister, we'll be right up! Help, please!
Oliver! Oliver!
I'm all right. Open the door.
She's coming, Chief.
What's the matter? Is she injured?
Not so she could notice.
Oh, how do you do, Miss Brown? This is a great break for all of us.
Right here, Miss Brown.
This is Mr. Duffy, Chief. Glad to know you. If you were on the force, I'd be citing you for a medal. Congratulations.
Well, you know how it is with an actor out of work, nothing to do, and I...
Yes, yes. So won't you sit down, Mr. Duffy?
Newspaper boys come in?
Not yet. No, no. I've got to ask this beautiful young lady a few questions first. Now, you know the situation. You're the only one in this series of crimes lucky enough to be able to tell the tale of what actually happened. We have our theory, of course, but there's always the chance that you might lead us to something. For instance, did you ever see or hear of this killer before?
Oh, I'm afraid you're on the wrong track there, Inspector. There's no reason to pat into these crimes. The man I caught was an out-and-out lunatic.
Yes, yes, I understand that, Mr. Duffy. In what way do you think you first attracted the attention of the man?
Well, I don't, exactly.
Oh, go on and tell him. It was by parading home from her work in the dead of night alone.
Miss Brown, will you tell us, in your own words, just what you observed when this man gained access to your apartment?
Pardon?
Look, Inspector, you see the window we came in is here. Now, if you don't mind, I'll just walk through it for you. All right, I'm the lunatic. I come in raving mad. I'm sure of that because if he'd been faking, I'd know it. You see, I'm an actor.
Yes, we're beginning to see that, young man. And I'll tell you what. Suppose you give your interview to the press. I think that's more in your line.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought you'd want to know, of course. Oh, just one request, please, sir. I wish you'd take it easy on Miss Brown. It's awfully late, and she's been through a lot.
Don't worry, son. We'll take great care of our witness, won't we, Miss Brown? Oh, Allison, we're putting you up at a first-class hotel. And, Allison, were you ever a lady's maid? Well, I want you to go to Miss Brown's flat and get her a nightgown and a powder box and whatever you see there, and then check her in at the Claiborne.
I got you, Chief.
Now, Miss Brown, I want you to think hard and see if you can shed some light on this crisis we've got in our city. I'm sure you want to help us if you can.
Well, I think...
Those photographers are going to bite through the doors if you don't let them have Miss Brown's picture soon. Is this the patient?
Yes, Miss Brown, this is Dr. Cromwell. Would you like to ask her some questions, Doctor?
No. They taught us in medical school to recognize when somebody's fast asleep while this poor child's out on her feet.
Maybe you're right, Doctor.
Come on, Miss Brown. You get through with those lemuroid apes out there and then go on home.
Thank you so much.
Now, all we want is a few loving poses with the heroine of the hour.
Here's Miss Brown now.
Oh, here, Miss Brown. We want to get a few photographs. There you are, boys. Get the lovebirds in action.
Look him in the face, Miss Brown. Show him how you feel about it.
Hold it, Miss Brown. In a little closer, Mr. Duffy.
Put your arm around her. What's your next show, Mr. Duffy?
Well, frankly, I don't know. That's always a sensitive point with an actor out of work.
Well, what are your plans, then?
Come on, give us that big smile, Miss Brown. Well, I'm leaving for New York tomorrow with my company. Hey, Miss Brown, hold that smile.
There she is.
Thank you. Miss Brown, we've been expecting you, Miss Brown. The lieutenant registered for you. Your things are upstairs.
I'll see Miss Brown to her room.
Very well, sir. Suite 407, right across from the elevator.
I once bought the loveliest greeting card. It was for goodbye. I wish I could remember it. No sadder word can ever come between you. Something, something. So not goodbye. Just say I'll be seeing you.
Well, look here, that's my department, quoting poetry. And all the while, the night was haunted by her smile.
Gee, it hardly seems worthwhile getting acquainted for such a little bit of poetry.
Would you like to know how the Chinese say goodbye?
Yes.
It's quickly. Goodbye.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, I'm so glad. I couldn't go to sleep after you said goodbye, the way the Chinese do.
Well, I wasn't saying goodbye. I ducked out because I saw another one of those axe boys down at the end of the hall.
You mean there's a lunatic? Here in the hotel?
Sit down, Eddie. I want to ask you something. You know what this means, this second lunatic being at you?
Well, isn't it just a coincidence?
No, two lunatics, both after you, means there's something about this whole thing that isn't loony. Now, those nuts weren't chasing anybody. They wanted you. And they're crazy. That means somebody sent them. Somebody with a good, sane reason for wanting to get rid of you. Well, it's the only way it makes sense.
Wanting to get rid of me?
Yes. Who is it, Eddie? Who hates you?
But I don't know. How should I know?
Oh, you must know.
Oh, but I don't. Really, I don't. Why, I've never done anything to anybody.
Oh, something must have happened to you somewhere. Might be a scandal. Well, you practically told me last night something did happen to you. In Paris, you said it was. Something that made you see through men.
Oh, did I say that?
Now, how's anyone going to help you, Eddie, if you don't tell the truth?
Oh, I remember now. In Paris. Oh, that was nothing at all. It was just my ballet teacher.
What about him?
Oh, it was nothing really, Oliver. He just misled me about my dancing. He told me I was going to be a great dancer, but he was only trying to get money out of me for my lessons. Oh, he was terribly dishonest, terribly, but I don't think he was a murderer, because, well, I just don't.
So the ballet master of the Cazenove Ballet tried to cheat you out of a few dollars for dancing lessons.
Yes, wasn't it awful? You wouldn't believe it, would you?
Look, I'm not married, and I'm not married for just one reason. I don't like liars. Every girl I ever met turned out to be a liar sooner or later. Well, that's not for Daddy. When I marry, I want someone I know through and through. Not just her name, but the real shape of her lips. And the real color of her fingernails. What happened to the engagement ring you used to wear on that finger?
I lost it.
Who gave it to you?
My brother. I only wore it on that finger because it didn't fit any other. I wasn't engaged to him. I mean, oh, Oliver, please.
You're lying, Edwina. That's the usual answer, tears. You shouldn't have tried lying to an actor, Miss Brown. I know too much about it. The pause, the hesitation, the way a liar always draws in her breath. Even that extra air of frankness that's in your eyes right now. All right, if you prefer lying to living, you've made your choice. Oh, if I ever see a bed again, I'll marry it.
Not in here. Around the back, you fool. Here. Come down here. You'll be perfectly safe here. Perfectly safe. Come.
How long have we been waiting?
Did you tell the inspector I was waiting?
Yeah, I told him. Gentlemen, the inspector will see you now.
Come on, boys. Hello, Doc. How's your dementia praecox catatonia?
Hey, Doc, I dreamt about a beautiful blonde last night. What's my psychology?
He's got a swell story for you. Something new in the annals of criminology.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor, I understand. Hello, boys. Sit down. You'd better take out your pencils. The mayor is very anxious for you to get this straight. Gentlemen, at 5 o'clock this morning, the police department started the biggest manhunt any of you have ever witnessed. For the first time in police history, we're rounding up the criminals before they've injured anyone. We're making the streets safe for the people of this city. I'm going out after every derelict, moron, or suspicious character and sweep them off the streets. We're going to have them fingerprinted and put away, and they're not going to be let out as long as there's any trouble in the city. Well, are there any questions?
Any bounty on them morons, Inspector? Bringing some of my wife's family.
Hope your jail's big enough, Inspector.
Wait! Don't let them print that story, Inspector. You're absolutely on the wrong track.
Duffy, I hope you're not just making a nuisance of yourself. What makes you say a thing like that?
Because somebody's sending those lunatics out. And I can prove it. Something happened last night that... Well, I know it sounds incredible.
Come to the point, Duffy.
Miss Brown was waylaid by another maniac last night. A second one, and that proves that
You're just looking for more publicity.
there's reason back of these crimes. There's a plan back of them, not just lunacy.
Curfew shall not ring tonight.
Whatever you may think of actors, it's your duty.
Listen,
everyone...
actor, we got work to do.
Those voices they hear are real, I tell you. There's somebody back of them. A cunning, dangerous...
Sit down, Duffy. Sit down. I'm going to put you straight. Now, if you're not using this case just to get yourself in the limelight, you're doing something worse. You're trying to butt in as an amateur detective. You come busting in here with your brain fixed on an old chestnut, the mastermind theory. Now, I don't say that you're manufacturing evidence, but you're imagining evidence, just to try to prove it. And that, I'm afraid, is where your second lunatic comes in.
Would it make any difference to you if I told you this second lunatic was in the hotel, waiting for Miss Brown outside her room?
No. If there was such a man, he was a thug, a hotel worker. What I'm trying to tell you, son, is this. Now, we don't need your help. We're working on every angle of this case, things you're not equipped to think about. Now, for instance, every axe that was found on the killers is being traced, just in case there's any connection. And another thing, I'll bet you never even noticed. One of the most striking things about the case, the name of every killer in this series starts with B. Banhoff, Blackston, Bixley, and so on. Now, did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
That's what I mean. So I tell you what, Sonny, let's make a bargain. Don't you be a policeman, and I won't act, huh?
B. What the deuce could that mean? B.
Oh, good. Duffy, come here. I want to see if he has any reaction to you.
Hello.
Hello. This man is wonderful. The most perfect example of split personality you ever saw. Hey, Bixley, look. You see? He's got something written on every one of those little pieces of paper. And now he's arranging them. That's a form of paranoia that's really rare. It's called Beschafftigungsdrang. It's a mania for putting things in order. Hey, Bixley, here's your real enemy. The man who beat you up. He had quite a flare-up when he saw Miss Brown.
He threw these little pieces of paper at me.
You did?
Oh, Miss Brown, I may want Dr. Immelman to see Bixley's reaction to you. Where can I find you this afternoon?
I'll be at the Theodore Bell Dancing Academy.
Thank you.
These little pieces of paper, nobody can read them. Would you like to have one as a souvenir?
Of what?
Oh, of how you saved my life. Please don't be angry.
Edwina, I've been trying to impress Gallagher with the fact there was another man after you, but he doesn't believe me. Now, I think for your own safety, you'd better go in and tell him what happened.
But Oliver, what can I tell him? I didn't see anybody.
Well, I'm afraid you'll just have to take my word for it. I'm no liar.
I don't tell lies either, Mr. Duffy.
Okay.
Miss Brown, Inspector Gallagher will see you now.
Parkview Theater, please.
We interrupt this program to bring you the latest developments in our city's struggle against the epidemic of axe murders. The Morning Bulletin is offering a reward of $25,000 for the solution of the axe horrors. If you have any information that you believe will help to solve this series of murders, contact the Morning Bulletin or Inspector Gallagher of the Homicide Squad. We now return you to the musical portion of our program.
Mirror writing. Hey, driver, do you know where the Ridgely Clinic is?
Sure do, bub.
Take me there.
Good, outside. Come on. Take it easy. Don't bend your legs. Take it easy.
You can't go in there today, buddy.
But I have business.
They're just taking police work today. Only loonies.
I tell you, I have business.
I said only loonies. Beat it.
Officer, this is terribly important. You see, there's a man in there who's promised to tell me how to get up to the moon. And if I don't get up there by 5 o'clock,
I
I'll
don't
miss
care
my...
who you've got to see. You can't... What? Come on. Get in line.
Babinski reflex absent. Are there any more schizophrenics out there?
Just one.
Put your shoe on, my friend. And remember, there are no evil spirits.
Come along now.
Bring him in.
Oliver Brown, age 30, suffering from delusions. He told the arresting officer he had theories about how to get to the moon.
Over here, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Oliver Brown. All right, Ollie, sit down. Take your shoe off.
Which one? I have two.
I know you have two. Whichever you wish. Little confusion there. Now, what seems to be the trouble with the moon, Ollie?
Oh, that's terrible.
What's terrible?
Shh, not so loud. Oh, everything's all mixed up. I have to straighten it.
Take your hands off this desk.
No, that's all right. Let him work. Beschäftigungsrang. Unglaublich, that's unbelievable. I've only seen 3 cases since I left Zurich.
Don't do that.
No, this is a beautiful example. Look at the rigidity of his eyes. Maybe I use him tonight before the Psychiatric Society in my lecture. Ollie, how would you like to fix things up in a fine, big university with maybe 50 doctors to see how good you work?
Oh, the files. Oh, files, I have to straighten them, too. The key. Give me the key. I have the key.
Give him the key.
But, Doctor, you said yourself nobody could touch those files, only psychiatrists.
A crazy man is just as valuable to science as a psychiatrist. More. You think they have been disturbed?
Oh, I know they've been disturbed.
Watch carefully. According to Bloyer, these cases sometimes go into reverse and they start to destroy everything.
In reverse, Doctor?
Yeah. You see, their mania is to put everything in order. And when they go into reverse, they wish to disarrange everything, create confusion. But that is very rare. It is too much to hope for, I'm afraid. Oh, it is in reverse. Wonderful.
Get down.
Oh, Doctor, your paper.
Wonderful. What is temptation? He will be
You're ruining everything here.
Oh,
Mr. Brown, get off that desk.
Hey,
Shall I grab him, Doctor?
No, leave him run. He will stop when he gets tired.
Ridgely Hospital. Just a moment, I'll connect you. Ridgely Hospital.
Stand, look in the ward. Okay. Down this way, Doctor.
I'm sorry.
Notify the police outside. Quick, one of the schizophrenics has escaped.
Right away, Doctor.
Yes. Yes, just a moment, I'll connect you. Ridgely Hospital. No, he's not. I'm sorry.
Pardon me. Could you tell me what this telephone number is?
Yes, it's Whitehall 3222. Ridgely Hospital. Yes. Dr. Policeman? Just a moment, please. I'll page him. Just a moment, please. Ridgely Hospital.
Hello. I want you to send an ambulance over to the Theodore Bell Dancing Academy right away, please.
Theodore Bell Dancing Academy? What's the address, please?
I don't know, but I just broke my leg. Please hurry.
Orderly. Orderly. Ambulance call. Get the address on this in a hurry.
This is it.
No, don't come in here. Wait.
Where's the man with the broken leg?
Broken leg? What broken leg? Do we look like we've got broken legs?
Yeah. Somebody call for an ambulance.
Well, I don't want an ambulance. Get that thing out of here.
Oh, come on. It's a phony call.
Go away. Can't you see we're trying to dance? I've no time for you.
All right, give me a call when you're through.
All right, girls. Take now. And one.
They're from the hospital.
Yeah, so am I. Look, I have something I want to talk to you about. Come on over here a minute. Listen, I've just come from a clinic for mental cases, and what do you think I saw there? Every one of those murderers' names, all indexed in a row.
Oh, somebody's making a list of them.
No, somebody got those names out of that file in the first place. Got them and used them. What's more, the only persons allowed to look in that file are doctors, psychiatrists. So, it's a psychiatrist we're after.
We are?
Yes. What is it you don't understand?
Why didn't you go away to New York?
Well, the bulletin has offered a $25,000 reward for a solution to the crimes. Oh. By the way, that piece of paper you gave me had a clue on it. If you keep on helping me, it'll be 50-50.
I don't see why you think I can help you.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to pry into that pretty past of yours. But I'm going to show you every psychiatrist in the city. And when you come face to face with the man who's trying to bump you off, I doubt if you'll cling to the notion that you never saw him before.
Face to face with him?
Yeah, and they're having a meeting somewhere tonight. We have to find out where. Now, come on, get your clothes changed. Every psychiatrist in town will probably be here tonight. Now, remember, if you recognize any one of these wizards as someone you've seen before, speak up. And don't be scared. Oh, my hat.
What's the matter?
It's Dr. Immelman, the man who examined me today at the clinic.
Well, what do we do?
Pretend he's a godsend.
Well, Dr. Immelman, how do you do? Oh, sure, and I believe you're after forgetting that you met me in Zurich. Oh, I'm Dr. Stephen Dedalus of Ireland.
Yeah.
And this is Mrs. Dedalus.
Yes. How are you, Doctor?
Come on, dear. We don't want to be late for the meeting.
Delighted to meet you, my friend.
I am sorry to have to tell the members of this society that several of our number have shown quite a paranoid outlook about appearing here tonight. They have exhibited a suspicious, seclusive, and uncommunicative attitude toward our meeting. In other words, they haven't showed up. One of these is our learned colleague, Dr. Santel. However, he was good enough to send us his paper on the work for which he is known. I intend, therefore, to appoint a substitute to read it. I'm going to choose the one with the handsomest delivery, Dr. Chanley.
After the learned doctor's introduction, I think I ought to be allowed to recite King Lear at least. However,
Here. Look at every face and keep on looking.
An inquiry into the results of treating dementia praecox with pharmacological shock. In this case, insulin must concern itself with, one, a study of certain profound alterations of the metabolic process of the bloodstream. In this connection, it is best to admit that...
Oh, I know somebody here.
What? Who?
The specific
In the
effect on the
second
nervous
row.
system is unknown.
In the third seat.
However, it is possible
That
that many
man.
nerve cells are destroyed.
I know I've seen him somewhere.
Prolonged insulin shock
Idiot, that's Dr. Cromwell.
Insulin shock therapy.
You saw him at police headquarters.
Oh.
It is well to be on the watch constantly for symptoms of death. The symptoms to be watched for are disappearance of pulse and other signs of respiratory failure.
Your moments, can't you? So don't waste a minute. Keep looking.
Insulin shock.
Whatever are you doing?
Although the danger of insulin therapy in the hands of experienced and trained physicians is negligible, it is well distressing. In more practice...
Too late, my son. Immelman, he's recognized me.
Also, before attempting this treatment,
He's headed this way. Come on.
have at least 6 weeks of intensive instruction.
that? If you didn't see him, he wasn't there. I'll check up tomorrow on the membership and find out who avoided the meeting. Oh, there's a taxi.
Where are we going?
Visiting, we know one who wasn't there anyway.
Who?
The gentleman who wrote that horrible, boring article. He wasn't present, so we'll have a look at this modest fellow.
Don't you just love the nighttime?
Deeply. Yeah, his name is Santel.
Santel.
Now, it's easy. We're reporters. We just ask him a few intelligent questions about his article. I'll ask him. All you have to do is look at him, and if you've ever seen him before, nod. Well, not now, dear. When you see him, then I'll get you out.
Well, what if I have seen him before?
I'll get you out either way.
Yes?
Hello, is the doctor in?
Who's calling, please?
Well, we're reporters from the Bulletin. We've just come from this meeting. We'd like to interview the doctor about his work.
Well, I don't know. Wait just a moment, I'll see.
Come in, Mrs. Gedison.
People to see the doctor. Reporters.
And what do the reporters want to see me about?
It's about this, sir.
No. No, Mrs. Gedison. I don't want to see any visitors. I have some important work to finish.
Shall I tell them, sir?
No. No. I'll ring when I'm ready.
Yes, sir. Will you sit down, please? I'll let you know when the doctor's ready.
Well, if he's willing to see us, this is probably a waste of time. Where's Wabansia Avenue? South Side?
Oh, it's a long way. You take the elevated. What's there?
Well, it's the address of the corresponding secretary of the Neurological Society.
The doctor will see you now. This way, please.
Come in, please. What can I do for you?
Holy yike, hang on to me. Good evening, Doctor. I understand that this insulin work of yours was completed several years ago. I wonder if you'd mind telling us what you've been working on since.
Behind you, there on the desk, you'll find abstracts on all my recent works. Take them with you and make up your own interview. And now, will you excuse me? I'm busy, as you see.
Oh, just one moment, Doctor. I wonder if you'd... well, you see, this young lady here is a sketch artist on the Bulletin, and she'd like to make a sketch of you. Would you mind taking off your mask?
Why, no, not at all.
Well, you forgot your paper and pencil.
Oh,
Are you
I didn't
sure?
bring...
Well, okay, Doctor. Well, then we'll just run the story without the sketch. Thanks very much. That's awfully nice of you. Certainly appreciate it. Goodbye now.
Thank you, Paul. I'm sorry I had to take off the mask, Dr. Santel, but I didn't know what else to do.
You were perfectly right, and I'm very much obliged to you. It may sound silly, but I don't want to become known to reporters. I have an unconquerable phobia about the press. You may go now. Thank you again.
Not at all, sir. Good night.
Good night.
hope we don't have to bother any more doctors. Innocent ones, I mean.
Yeah, I guess he was innocent, all right, but I'd rather annoy 20 innocent ones than let this one guilty one go on. We're up against as abominable a human being as there is. He's a doctor. He's supposed to help others, help other people, but instead he uses poor, mad people's brains, their hallucinations. Now, he's embarked on a little program of extermination.
He's all right, then. He's not in danger.
He's as good as new, except for bruises and slight concussion.
The unbreakable Duffy. That's me.
You're awake. Well, go back to sleep. You're perfectly all right. And you better come with me and have a cup of tea.
Oh, well, may I speak to Mr. Duffy for a moment? It's very important.
Not long, though. I'll be in the dark kitchen across the hall.
All right.
I don't suppose you saw who pushed me.
Well, there was such a crowd.
Well, proves our doctor pal's getting desperate. Must have tickled him up a bit somewhere along the line.
Oliver, I want to tell you everything.
That would be quite a help.
Well, I lied about it at first because I didn't want you to hate me. I'm afraid you are going to hate me.
Go ahead.
Well, you were right about it happening in Paris. I was working in the ballet there, and I used to take walks in the parks in the morning, and so that's how I met him.
Who?
This man, and he liked me a lot, and I guess I thought I liked him, and well, anyway, he kept asking me to marry him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got engaged, and it was in the paper. The vaudeville, I still have a clipping of it if you want to see it.
You spare me the blueprints. Well, go on, I'm listening.
Well, just after they printed about it in the paper, he disappeared.
And?
And I never heard from him again.
But, what's the point?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
What are you trying to tell me?
Isn't it obvious? He jilted me. That's what I didn't want to tell you.
In heaven's name, why not?
Because I knew you wouldn't care anything at all about a girl who'd been jilted by another man.
Who said so?
Oh, that's how men are. I know.
Great galloping catfish.
What are you doing?
I'm happy. I haven't a care in the world, and now I'm gonna take a nap. And when I catch up on my sleep, we're gonna move in on this train, push her under her.
You mean you don't mind about my having been jilted?
I think you're the cutest little goon that ever lived.
And you don't think my ex-fiancé has anything to do with the murders?
Don't talk about him.
I won't. He was the doctor, he said. His name was Caesar.
Not Julius.
No, Caesar Ferrari. That's what he said, but I didn't marry him, so I never found out if he was telling the truth.
If you don't stop talking about him, I'm gonna jilt you myself.
Do you mean we're engaged?
Are we engaged?
Well, how should I know? You didn't tell me you loved me.
Look, I've stood for your lying. I've overlooked your insults. I've fought for you and spotted the other guy an axe. I've been killed for you. I think I love you. But if I don't, you better turn me over to Dr. Immelman.
Oh, Oliver, that's the most wonderful proposal. When are we going to be married?
Just as soon as we catch the murderer and collect the 25 grand. Now go away and let me sleep. And don't leave this hospital tonight, no matter what happens. Get another room or something. Wait.
hypodermic before?
Uh-huh.
This will make you sleep.
Goody.
Where's Edwina Brown?
Hmm? Who are you?
Never mind. Tell me where Edwina Brown is. You might as well tell me because you're going to die. You've just had 200 units of insulin.
They'll get you?
No. There'll be no trace of your murder, not even your autopsy. Just this little needle mark where they gave you the hypodermic. Now, don't struggle. You can't get the bell. In a few moments, you're going into a deep coma. Tell me quickly. You may be able to save her. Where's Edwina Brown? Where is she?
Caesar! What did you say? Caesar, an old friend of mine. I wonder what he's doing
You
here.
must have made some mistake. That was Dr. Santel.
Dr. Santel? Oh, no, I've met him and... Are you sure?
Of course. He had a patient here in the hospital several months ago when he first came back from Paris.
Paris? Then there must be some connection.
What?
Never mind right now. I've got to go out. When Mr. Duffy wakes up, will you tell him that I'm on the trail of $25,000?
Mr. Duffy. Mr. Duffy. Mr. Duffy. Doctor, come quickly.
Control yourself. People are sleeping.
But there's something terribly wrong with my patient. Will you take a look at him right here in 412?
What medication has he had?
Just an injection of morphine, Doctor. Here's the chart.
Cold as a fish. You sure that what he got was morphine?
I didn't prepare the injection myself. Dr. Cook did. I just charted it.
Weak, rapid pulse. He's certainly in coma. He's certainly in shock.
You've got air hunger. I may be crazy, and I don't know how it could have happened, but this looks like insulin shock to me.
Get me 25% glucose in a large syringe.
Yes, Doctor.
How am I doing?
When we get a little more sugar in your blood, you'll be able to run a race. I want to see you in my office, Miss Hewig, when you're through here. This accident calls for a thorough investigation.
Yes, Doctor. It wasn't an accident.
What?
It was attempted murder. I'll tell you all about it in a minute.
All right, Mr. Duffy. We'll come back and hear your story when you're a little stronger.
Well, I finally have it figured out. Where's Miss Brown?
She went out a little while ago.
What do you mean, went out?
She left a message for you. Said to tell you she was on the trail of $25,000.
Holy Ike, she hasn't got the brains of a pancake.
Oh, it's all right, I'm sure.
Why?
She went to join Dr. Santel.
Seemed to think he was an old friend.
She went to join Dr. Santel.
No, that's not so bad, is it? Now, you relax and get some sleep and stop worrying.
But she hasn't...
Now, quiet.
Hello. Get me Inspector Gallagher at police headquarters right away. Yes, and call me back, please.
I sent you today some interesting cases. But the best one, he got away. Skipped me twice. It's a pity. I consider him the leading split personality in all America. Ah, but you have him here. Dr. Cromwell told me his name was Duffy.
What's he talking about? What's this about Duffy?
Well, it seems we missed a trick. Duffy's a psychopath. Yeah, he was picked up earlier in the day by a cop in the moron hunt. Then he escaped, attended a medical meeting, and created a disturbance.
Duffy, a lunatic? No.
Well, I certainly take the word of Dr. Immelman. He's probably the greatest neuropsychiatrist alive today.
Ah, I had a case like this in Düsseldorf. A man using persecution psychotics to commit his crimes.
What you would call a case of a mastermind.
Then why did he try to warn me there was a mastermind? That's not logical.
Because he's matching wits with the police, even risking capture. To show off. That's typical.
Where's the girl?
She gave me the slip at the dancing school. We're trying to trace her.
I can tell you where she was at the meeting with Duffy.
Broadcast an alarm. Turn the town upside down, but find her.
If you don't, I tell you where you will find her. Under the axe of another lunatic. Yeah.
And you called to police headquarters. They won't let anybody through to Inspector Gallagher.
All right, I'll talk to anyone on the homicide squad. Hello. Here's a message for Inspector Gallagher. Edwina Brown, the girl who was attacked by a maniac a couple of nights ago, has just been abducted from St. James Hospital. Sure, I'll tell you who I am. My name is Oliver Duffy, and I'm a man with a gun in my pocket, and I'm going out to shoot somebody. I'm only sorry I haven't got an axe.
Hold on a minute, William. I've got a call here on Edwina Brown. It's a man named Duffy said he's going to murder somebody with an axe. He's on the wire now.
Put him on, for Pete's sake. Trace this call. It's Duffy. He admits he's going to kill somebody with an axe.
That's Duffy, all right.
Hello? Oh, hello there, son. Where are you? Oh, St. James Hospital. Well, there's nothing the matter with you, is there, son? Oh, it's Miss Brown. You think somebody abducted her? For ransom, would you say?
Oh, it isn't a question of that. She hasn't any money. But he's tried to kill her before, and, well, he may have done it already.
He's crazy as a loon. Why does he want to kill her, in your opinion?
I don't know. Why does anyone murder? I'm no philosopher. But in case anything should happen to me, I want to tell you the name of the mastermind of all your murders. His name is Dr. Santel.
Oh, Dr. Santel, eh? Well, hello. He hung up. Where's he calling from?
Thanks, Gurley. He's calling from the hospital, all right. Okay, Gurley, get me that number. Right.
Did I hear you say Dr. Santel?
That's the man he says is the mastermind.
Hello, St. James Hospital, homicide squad headquarters. Man by the name of Duffy, patient in your hospital, wanted for homicide. Hold him till we get there and make an arrest. Get going, I'll hang on.
Duffy sure picks him. Dr. Santel is one of the world's greatest physicians. He's lived abroad nearly all his life, mostly in Paris. Now one of his uncles died, left him several $1 million. He doesn't even have to practice.
That's right. Did you nab him? I see. It's Duffy. He lammed. He beat it down the hospital fire escape.
Broadcast an alarm. Have someone phone Dr. Santel. There's a homicidal maniac on his way there. Tell him to lay low till we can get him. Come on, we're going after Duffy.
Hello, Edwina. I'm sorry, my dear. I didn't mean to startle you.
Oh, you scared me. I thought you'd gone inside and I was...
You were looking for me, and here I am. Won't you come in?
Oh, no, I can't.
Oh, but of course you can.
Oh, no.
Please, don't let's argue about it out here.
Oh, your phone's ringing. You better answer it and I'll wait here.
I never take night calls.
People can't reach one doctor at night. They'll always phone another. Here,
Oh,
take your
but
pill.
it might be important. And besides, I have to be going anywhere.
Not at this time of night, Edwina. The streets aren't safe.
Oh, that's all right. I'll call a taxi.
I'll call my car. I'll run you home myself in a few minutes.
Really, Caesar, it isn't
Don't
necessary.
you remember how stubborn I am?
Oh, it's just as easy
Yeah.
to call a cab.
We'll be more comfortable in here. This is my office. Yes, of course, you've been here before, haven't you?
Yes, and the man I met here said he was Dr. Santel. And then tonight at the hospital, the nurse said you were Dr. Santel. Caesar, who is Dr. Santel?
Won't you sit down?
Who is he?
Don't you remember the doctor I worked for in Paris? The psychiatrist who gave me all those afternoons off so that I could be with you?
Oh, that's who it was. You were talking about him all the time. Well, what happened to him?
He died.
Then you came here taking a dead man's place. Oh, Caesar, how awful.
Not too awful, Edwina. You see, just before Dr. Santel died, he inherited some money. Quite a lot of money. So much money, in fact, that I could even tear myself away from you to come here and collect it.
But it isn't yours. They'll find out about it.
I doubt it. You see, Dr. Santel lived in Europe for nearly 30 years. Not a soul here knows what he looked like.
Well, they know what you look like.
There were 7 people here who knew me from Paris. Only 7. Andre Marchot, who ran a boarding house, Sam Gianellis, the tailor, who made me several suits.
Sam Gianellis. He was killed by an axe murderer.
They all were. By a stroke of luck. 6 strokes of luck, to be exact. And now there's only one person in this city who knows me by sight.
You mean me?
That's right, Edwina. You're the only one of the group that's been lucky. But it's a very unlucky group. You would have chosen your companions more carefully.
But what about you? You're in danger, too. If all the people we knew in Paris are being murdered, aren't you frightened?
Really, Edwina? I'm fairly sure that even you can't be that stupid.
Oh, I don't think it's stupid being frightened when you're in danger. And we're not the only ones either. There's Lily Florin.
Lily Florin?
You remember Lily, the dressmaker who lived next door to you all that time in Paris? Well, she's in danger, too. Those maniacs will be after her next.
And there were 8 people.
She's only been in town a short while, and she hasn't any friends. Anyone to protect her. I've got to warn her.
Yes, yes, of course. You know where she lives?
Oh, yes, I have her address right here in my bag. It must be out there with my coat. I'll get it. What's the matter? Don't you want me to get it?
We'll get it together.
Let's see. I think I put it right in here. Sure I didn't. No, I guess it's right here in my change.
Open up, the police. Open up. Open up. It's the police.
Well, looks like Duffy's beat us to it. Santel's probably been mashed to a pulp.
Nonsense. Duffy couldn't have got here yet. Hey, get those cars out of sight. Park them around the corner. We don't want to frighten him away.
Yes, sir.
Open up here. Why doesn't somebody answer? Yes? Dr. Santel?
Yes.
Inspector Gallagher of the Homicide Squad.
How do you do, Inspector? What can I do for you?
I can't explain out here, Doctor. Come on, boys. Hurry up. Hurry up. Get that door shut. Where's the light switch?
Well, it's over there, but may I ask
Get
why
the
you...
light. I'm sorry to intrude on you this way, Doctor, but you're in danger. There's a homicidal maniac on his way here. A fellow named Duffy.
Oh, but that's impossible. I mean, it's alarming, a homicidal maniac, eh?
He's an out-and-out paranoid, Doctor. We've just discovered that he's responsible for the whole recent series of axe murders.
Indeed?
Not so loud. I'm Dr. Cromwell, the county psychiatrist. I've known you a long time.
You have?
By reputation, that is.
Oh, thank you.
Quiet. Get back there. All right, boys, grab him.
Oh, it's you, Inspector. Where's it, Weena?
Suppose you tell us that.
Well, I can't, but there's the man who can. What have you done with her?
Violent case, isn't he?
Sure is. Now, look,
You must listen to me. This man's a butcher, and I can prove it.
Lucky for me you came here, Inspector. Definitely homicidal.
Oh,
Take him along.
swear that in Weena's...
Shut up, you.
Get those cars back, Tom. Hold him, boys.
Well, Doctor, it's been a pleasure meeting you. Beg pardon.
Sorry we had to bother you, Dr. Santel.
Not at all. I'm very grateful to you.
Sure is a big moment for me. Clearing up these axe killings has been one of the dirtiest jobs I've ever handled. We'll need your testimony, by the way.
I shall be at your disposal.
Wait. Bring him back here, boys.
What's the matter?
Duffy may not be so crazy after all.
May not be What are you trying to do, Cromwell? Make a patient out of me?
I found this under the table. Edwina Brown had it when I left her this afternoon.
Well, that's quite simple. This lunatic must have dropped it.
Duffy hasn't been near this table. I think we'd better have a look around, Inspector.
I don't get it. You said that Dr.
let's find it, Weena. That'll answer all your questions.
All right, Dr. Santel, if you don't mind. Hey, quick!
Very pretty shooting, Inspector. A bullseye.
What's that?
Edwina! Are you all right?
Oh, Oliver, I'm fine. How are you?
Well, I never felt better in my life.
I'm sure glad to see you all in one piece, Miss Brown. Somebody's got to tell me what this is all about.
Oh, I'll tell you the whole story, Inspector, but please, not now. We've got to go and get married right away tonight.
Huh? Tonight?
Oh, yes. After all I've been through, I never want to spend another night alone as long as I live.
And baby, the way I feel, I hope you'll live forever.